Live from the Grenadian capital, this is the GBN television news. GBN, covering you from the Grenadine Island chain to Brooklyn, New York, via the World Wide Web on www.gbn.gd.
The news headlines is brought to you compliments GUT Credit Union.
Imagine having the home of your dreams. Imagine investing in that piece of property you can call your own. Imagine finally doing that home improvement project you've always been thinking about. It's time to stop imagining and start doing. Let the GUT Credit Union help you take the first step with fantastic rates, affordable repayments, and reduced legal fees. Make the move. Get better terms on your mortgage. Use your home equity to make those dreams a reality. Act now. There's really no place like home. GUT Credit Union. It's where you belong.
This is the GBN television news for Thursday, July 8th, 2021. I'm Trellona Charles. In the headlines tonight, 21-year-old dead after a scooter and a construction truck collide. Government proceeds with legislation to cancel August Carnival Monday and the Tuesday holidays. Opposition leaders' support for cancellation of Carnival celebrations bill insufficient to shield him from rebuke after expressing his concerns. In our One Caribbean hookup, 4 suspects killed and 2 detained following the death of Haitian President Jovenel Moise on Wednesday. And fears of 4th COVID wave as infections soar in many Asian countries. Coming up in sports, Tokyo Olympics to be held without spectators. Details right after this message.
Get high making money moves with the NLA's new Aces High Scratch game with 4 chances to win. Beat the dealer's card to win the prize shown. Reveal an A symbol. And just like that, you are automatically a winner. Scratch away to win the top prize of $10,000. Win easy with Scratch. Must be 18 or older to play.
Good evening. This is GBN's News at 7. A freak accident just after 6:30 last evening claimed the life of Shondell Warren of Duquesne St. Mark. This is the 3rd accident involving a construction truck within the past 3 months. Christelina John visited the family of the deceased and files this report.
A family pulling together at a time of grief to comfort each other. One mother mourns the loss of her son, who tragically lost his life in a freak accident last evening. 21-year-old Shondi Moraine of Duquesne St. Mark's was riding a scooter heading in the direction of St. John when he collided with a construction truck heading in the opposite direction. According to reports, both vehicles met on a corner, and it's believed that this contributed to the unfortunate occurrence. A grieving mother, Natasha Warren, is hoping that someone will reach out to her to help her overcome this shock.
My boyfriend called me from Victoria and we were speaking, and then he say, not an accident I see in there, and they say he's a bike man. Tasha, where's Shandy? I say, I just see Shandy pass down with a bike. So he say, hold on, I'm going to call you back. So he cut off, and then my neighbor come down and tell me, Tasha, sad news. And that was it. I start to bawl, fall down in the road. My pressure go up. My younger daughter was trying to hold me, but you know how it is when you lost a son in that tragedy.
Shondi was the second of 5 children, but her first son. She recalls the last time she saw him and his words to her.
The time I see him is maybe about 3 o'clock yesterday evening. Before he go yesterday morning, he take a gas tank to get gas for the bike because the bike was down for gas for maybe about 2 weeks. So he came, he gave me $150. He said, Mommy, pay the water bill. And when he come back, I said, give your mother $20. She want to bore her A's, and he did give me the $20. And that was the last time I see him. That's about 3 o'clock yesterday evening. Next time me and him have a little quarrel, he will never answer me. He will just walk out and go. I will miss him a lot. I love my son, and I will surely miss him.
His sister, still emotional over her brother's tragedy, says it is difficult for her to come to terms with last night's tragedy.
Oh God. That was most of it, and after I get a vehicle and I came up on the scene, and when I reached on the scene, the only thing I saw his foot under the choke. And I started to bawl, and that was all. Even though, despite what we had, he was a loving brother, and I love him a lot, and I will miss him a lot.
Shondi's aunt described him as a calm individual who will be sorely missed. 3 months ago, a construction truck overturned at Egmont Point. A week later, another in the fleet flipped over at Calavini. And last night, tragedy struck. There was no loss of life in the 2 previous accidents. Christina John, GBN News.
For Grenadians who were looking forward to having a 2-day bank holiday in August 2021, it may be business as usual as Parliament has officially passed a bill that will cancel the Carnival Monday and the Tuesday holidays. For the second consecutive year, Parliament has passed a bill that will cancel the August Carnival Monday and the Tuesday bank holidays. The bill, titled COVID-19 Cancellation of Carnival August Celebrations Act 2021, was introduced by Parliamentary Representative for Carriacou and Petite Martinique, Honourable Kindra Maturin Stewart.
We have a serious threat to our public health, to our public safety, and we as a government are quite cognizant that the well-being and welfare of our citizens must always come first. And hence, Mr. Speaker, we have taken this bold decision yet again to cancel Carnival 2021.
Quoting the Bank Act, Mathurin Stewart said the observance of the bank holidays will encourage Grenadians to have carnival celebrations and possibly place the health and the lives of the population at risk.
Since we're not having a Carnival 2021, it is my view reasonable and justifiable to also vacate that bank holiday. Mr. Speaker, I believe that if we were to say cancel Carnival and still have the bank holidays, what we'll find happening is in fact what we don't want to happen, which is Carnival celebrations. And we have seen it, Mr. Speaker. And so we have to ensure that as far as possible, we continue to protect our country and our people.
However, opposition leader Tobias Clement, while in full support of the cancellation of Carnival, warned that there should be no special privileges and that the rules should apply for all events, including the Carriacou Regatta.
Remember what happened last year, Mr. Speaker? When maybe some people were given certain privileges to have certain shows and so forth, and then you had a breakdown. I did not hear anything about the cancellation of regatta celebration in Carriacou. Are we going to have that? So how is it that maybe you might have regatta in Carriacou and not have Carnival in Grenada? These are questions that will be asked, because I remember again last year the debacle there, where some people, what protocol was not followed, and who gave permission for this and who gave permission for that. Is the same thing going to happen? I hope not.
The bill will have to be approved by the Senate to then go through the final process by the Office of the Governor General before it goes into effect. The Emancipation Day holiday, traditionally held on the first Monday in August, will still be observed. 2 government ministers took the leader of the opposition, Tobias Clement, to task for his comments made while the COVID-19 cancellation of Carnival Celebrations Bill 2021 was being tabled in the House of Representatives on Wednesday. Despite supporting the bill, the opposition leader seemingly faced ridicule from 2 senior ministers after expressing his concerns that all carnival-like activities should be cancelled. Gerard Joseph has that story.
Are we having carnival or not? Are some privileged persons allowed to have carnival-like activities during the period similar to that of 2020? Those were some of the concerns the leader of the opposition, Tobias Clement, brought forward as the COVID-19 cancellation of Carnival Celebrations Bill was debated.
Is there some form of hypocrisy in what was just presented? So am I to ask the question, so we don't have no Carnival in Grenada, which is good, but are we going to have regatta in Carriacou?
Responding to Nicholas Steele's request to make their stance known, Clement presented his vaccination card to his fellow colleagues.
Because at the beginning, I for one said, if the trial vaccine were brought to Grenada and they wanted me to participate in the trial, I would have done it.
However, the opposition leader impressed that Grenada must not become complacent despite the vaccination efforts.
Mr. Speaker, we too have to look at the Delta variant. So whether you're vaccinated or not, it will help some, but that may not prevent. So I would admonish that we continue to follow the protocol in all sectors, especially when it comes to gathering and celebrations and large gatherings.
Clement's remarks were met with apparent disdain from Health Minister Nicholas Steele.
If we are in support of vaccines, then when we make statements about vaccines, we make statements in the affirmative.
Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell also took jabs at the opposition leader.
We had a leader of the opposition, yes? I don't hear his voice. When they are marching in the street and drum being beaten outside there, and people are behaving as if we have an old mask carnival, where was the leader of the opposition?
The opposition leader was ironically lauded as the Christ for the protection of the people.
I ask, when you see something's wrong, wrong is wrong, it doesn't matter where it is. Speak on it.
Presenter of the bill, Kindra Mathurin Stewart, highlighted as she closed remarks that Cabinet had already decided all national and public festivals be cancelled. I am Gerard Joseph for GBN News.
The CARICOM standard is being flown at half-mast on the ministerial complex in Grenada as a mark of respect following the assassination of Haitian President Jovenel Moïse on Wednesday. An emergency meeting of CARICOM leaders on Wednesday afternoon agreed that, as a mark of respect, the member states of the community and the CARICOM Secretariat will fly their national flags and the CARICOM standard at half-mast for 3 days, beginning immediately, as well as on the day of the funeral. In keeping with this agreement, the national flag on all government buildings are expected to be flown at half-mast for the stated period. CARICOM leaders, including Grenada's Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell, also expressed condolences to the family of the late president and the government and people of Haiti. Prior to the CARICOM meeting on Wednesday, Dr. Mitchell led his parliamentary colleagues in observing a minute of silence during the meeting of the House of Representatives. This is News at 7. Coming up, Parliament moves on to take the power to promote police officers away from the Governor General and hand it to the Commissioner of Police. And GBN's Health zeroes in on stress management. Stay with us.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Thinking about your new home? Think easy. Think a Republic Bank Home Easy Loan. Think affordable. Think convenience. Think Republic.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3. Republic makes home easy.
Wow, that was such a breeze.
Own your home with ease.
So whether laying that first brick or purchasing an existing home, we've got you covered. Republic Bank will get you those keys hassle-free in no time.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Drop by any one of our 8 locations today. Getting your new home is easy with Republic Bank.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
How did you get your electricity bill to be so low?
For one, we size our transformers just for what we need, and we unplug transformers, chargers, and other devices when they're not in use. We also replaced our light bulbs with LED. I even replaced the seal on my refrigerator door to keep the cold air in.
How do you know if it is working?
We pay attention to the usage history table. Over time, our average usage has decreased.
Renelec, energizing our Grenada.
promotion is back. Live free for 1 year. Spend $50 or more in any Hummus department and receive a chance to win big prizes every month. Property or vehicle insurance for 1 year. Free internet, cable and data for 1 year. Free fuel for 1 year. Free cooking gas for 1 year. Free electricity for 1 year. Free drinks for 1 year. Extra cash account and the big free groceries for 1 year. Promotion runs from April 1st to September 30th, 2021. Live free for 1 year with Hubbard's in association with Solgas, Flow, Grenadian General Insurance, Carib Brewery, Coca-Cola, Grenada Bottling Company, Grenlec, Communal Cooperative Credit Union, Dutch Lady Milk, Promo, Danny and Supreme. Terms and conditions apply.
Looking for a professional team offering around-the-clock, private and confidential nursing, medical care, and aid services? Then look no further. Nurses Care Grenada is a fully certified, insured, and licensed healthcare facility committed to the reduction and eventual elimination of healthcare disparities affecting the nation. Our registered nurses will visit you at your home, assess your condition, and provide the required treatment under the directive of a doctor. So why worry when there's Nurses Care Grenada? Give us a call, 406-3928. Nurses Care, reliable, trusted professionals we can all depend on.
Ridgeway Residences, a modern, exclusive residential community offered by Ariza. Purchase one of our completely built houses or let us build for you by simply choosing your lot, choosing your home design from our selection, and let us do the rest. Owning a home does not have to be a frustrating process. For more information, contact Ariza Credit Union on 415-0994 or send us an email on info@ridgewayresidences.gd. Ridgeway Residences, hassle-free home ownership.
The Children and Adolescents Ministries of the Grenada Conference of Seventh-day Adventists presents Faith is the Victory Gospel Series. Get ready to be blessed by dynamic young preachers. This life-changing gospel series begins on Sunday, 4th July 2021 and continues nightly at 7 p.m. This series will be streamed on Mission Live GND via YouTube and Facebook. Subscribe now. There will be good gospel singing, prayers, special features, and powerful preaching. Come hear interesting topics such as faith as a mustard seed, the shield of faith versus the fiery darts, and the most powerful secret weapon. Above all, God will be there through the Holy Spirit, offering the free gifts of salvation. Come one, come all, and hear children on a mission. It will be awesome and amazing.
GBN leads, the others follow. This segment is brought to you by Republic Bank.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Thinking about your new home? Think easy. Think a Republic Bank Home Easy Loan. Think affordable. Think convenience. Think Republic.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3. Republic makes home easy.
Wow, that was such a breeze.
Own your home with ease.
So whether laying that first brick or purchasing an existing home, we've got you covered. Republic Bank will get you those keys hassle-free in no time.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Drop by any one of our 8 locations today. Getting your new home is easy with Republic Bank.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Welcome back. The Commissioner of Police will soon have the sole power to promote police officers rather than it being left in the hands of the Governor General. The Police Amendment Bill 2021 was first tabled in the House of Representatives on Wednesday and is aimed at changing the Police Act Cap 244. We get the details in this report.
The Commissioner of Police is now being empowered to make regulations which provides for the promotion to the different ranks in the RGPF. According to the Prime Minister and Minister of National Security, Dr. Kit Mitchell, though the Constitution of Grenada gives responsibilities to the Commissioner of Police to appoint persons under the rank of sergeant, it is not enshrined in the Police Act of 1996.
Mr. Speaker, clearly there's a number of acts that have been in place in our Parliament, passed in Parliament over the years. It turns out after being challenged constitutionally, has proven to be flawed, and this was one case.
Prime Minister Mitchell noted that once the regulations are established, it will then be gazetted.
For example, he may appoint a committee of persons within the law, and it's right, that can advise and deal with the whole question of promotion, the question of the examinations that will be utilized, and other aspects.
Legal Affairs Minister Kindra Matthew Stewart highlighted that the amendment will address the issue of police promotion by strengthening the process, which has become a growing issue for the ministry. From sergeant and upwards, the Public Service Commission is the authority on promotions and appointments. I am Jared Joseph for GBN News.
The Grenada Solid Waste Management Authority has embarked on a new initiative that will help address the issue of collection and disposing of white goods and bulk waste. Rena Pear Thomas has more.
The authority says it's focusing on the disposal of old television sets, stoves and washing machines and other household items. Twice each month, waste collectors are scheduled to collect these items. Instead of doing so, homeowners only use the services in the months of August and December. Myrna Julian, Communications Officer at the Grenada Solid Waste Management Authority, says this has created an overload in the collection system during the summer vacation and Christmas holidays.
There is one component, however, which has been quite a challenge for us, and that is the collection of white goods and bulky items. While we offer this service free of charge to every householder, and for every householder to receive this collection service at least once per month, and every householder is offered the service to remove at least 3 large items per month, we are still faced with the challenge of huge quantities of such waste being kept by householders, and we see the problem, the public health issues associated with it.
General Manager of the Grenada Solid Waste Management Authority, Lyndon Robinson, explains that the drive will not be for the collection of derelict vehicles.
So we are expecting households, and through our PR department, we would push that education to the public and raise the awareness so households would make these bulky items available between the 22nd and 23rd of July for collection from 6 a.m. the morning of the 24th of July. We would not be collecting derelict vehicles. That's not a part of it. And it was mentioned that we are looking at a special arrangement for derelict vehicle in a collaboration between the Ministry of Health and the police that is on stream. We would not be collecting trees, that is this greenery waste.
Senior Environmental Health Officer Andrew Worm says his department is very concerned about the proper disposal of white goods as they create breeding sites for mosquitoes.
These cases, of course, we know that dengue is caused by transmitted by the bite of an Aedes aegypti mosquito, and this mosquito actually breeds in many of these artificial containers. Primarily, I can say the large drums, but we are also seeing breeding taking place in some of those white goods that the Grenada Solid Waste Management Authority is currently targeting.
Officials of the Ministry of Health and the Grenada Solid Waste Management Authority are calling on homeowners to take advantage of the service, which will begin in the 3rd week of July. For GBN News, I am Rena Pear Thomas reporting.
According to the World Health Organization, stress is the health epidemic of the 21st century and the driver of many chronic diseases. While some amount of stress is essential for productive performance, excessive stress greatly affects an individual's health and well-being. Krista Campbell zeroes in on stress management for our health segment.
Stress has a different meaning for different people under different conditions. The first and most generic definition of stress was that proposed by Hans Selye. According to Selye, stress is the non-specific response of the body to any demand. It is universally accepted that optimum levels of stress can act as a creative motivational force that can drive people to achieve incredible feats. On the other hand, chronic or traumatic stress is potentially very destructive and can deprive a person of physical and mental health and at times even of life itself. Associate Professor of Social and Behavioral Sciences at Harvard School of Public Health, Laura Kubzansky explains.
Stress evolved as a mechanism for dealing with short-term crises. So I'm trying to cross the street and I see a car coming at me really quickly and I need to mobilize really fast. I need to be able to behave in a way that's going to help me get out of the way. So that's a very effective system for the short term. And the thinking about why it may be problematic for health is that when you reactivate the system over and over and over again with maybe not enough respite and not enough chances to kind of come back down and restore, then there's what we call physiologic wear and tear, which ultimately can damage some of the biological systems and lead to disease initiation.
The extensive body of research on negative health effects of stress indicates the significance of stress management. The World Health Organization released a stress management guide, which aims to equip people with practical skills to help cope with stress. Here is a brief illustrated introduction to their stress management guide.
First, notice how you are feeling. Then, connect with your body by slowing your breathing and pressing your feet into the floor. Then refocus on the world around you, the sounds, the smells, and the sights. And soon, you will feel more grounded. This technique doesn't make the storm disappear, but it does keep you safe until the bad weather has passed. Try grounding next time you are feeling overwhelmed.
According to a survey conducted by the American Psychological Association, 44% of adults mentioned that they exercise or walk to manage stress, while 47% indicated that they listen to music, and more than one-third, 37%, spend time with friends or family. This study suggests that stress management is not a one-size-fits-all. It is therefore advised to experiment and find out what works best for you. Krista Campbell, GBN News.
When you need your prescription filled or you require non-prescribed medication, supplements, or all your personal needs, visit Gittins Healthcare at locations on Wall Street, Grandans, Victoria Street, Brentwood, and Central Deputy Street, Guelph. Gittins Healthcare aims to provide an exceptional personalized pharmacy experience. Additionally, children under 5 and adults 55 years and over will enjoy 10% discount on purchases of $20 and over on prescription medication. Stop settling for less. Visit Gittins Healthcare, where your health is our priority.
And now we turn our attention to what has been creating a buzz on social media. Let's take a look around the platforms.
This is Social Buzz, where we shine a light on the thoughts and concerns of our online audience. During yesterday's Parliament sitting, Grenada's Health Minister, Nicholas Steele, gave what he felt was a reality to be faced and said whether we acknowledge it or not, some Grenadians will die from COVID-19 if the virus were to reappear in Grenada.
Despite all the efforts of this government, individuals in Grenada will die from COVID-19. COVID-19 will have its day in Grenada again.
Our online audience give their opinions. Hafiz commented, vaccination does not stop anyone from contracting the virus. Thus, allowing vaccinated persons entering Grenada to quarantine for only 2 days is irresponsible. The virus usually takes about 4 days to show up on the PCR test. Most likely, a vaccinated person entering Grenada will be the one to spread the virus. Debbie commented, still not the best choice of words. Power lies in the tongue. Shanika added, never. We dead already because all you killing us long time with gas price, light bills and everything. Rhonda wrote, well, the statement does make sense, since we will soon welcome back students, cruise ships, and tourists. These activities increase the risk of the virus being imported, and it only takes one undetected case to enter a supermarket or restaurant to spread the virus. Our healthcare system, being what it is, cannot cope with an outbreak, therefore resulting in the statement becoming a reality. Let us pray like we never did before. Boost your immune system. Wear your mask and observe the social distancing. God help us all. Another individual commented, that's not something nice to say to your people, being Health Minister of Grenada. This was not proper. You encourage them to do the right things and to be vigilant. My dear Grenadians, brothers and sisters, continue to trust in God, knowing He is the greatest help. And Simone commented, all these people we see on news dying all over the world. What makes us any different? Stay there and make stupidness about a health minister's comment. He is nothing compared to the world fighting against it. Coronavirus is very deadly. I saw Trinidad making fun of the heads every time they comment about the virus. When it broke out and started to claim lives, they blamed the heads. Be wise, people. That's it for tonight's Social Buzz. If you would like to have your thoughts and concerns shared, be sure to comment on GBN's Facebook page.
From the thought process to the visual impact, it's time to take a peek through the GBN eyesore lens.
A good eye captures all. GBN eyesore is brought to you by Clear Vision.
Life is beautiful if only you can see it. Clear Vision Eye Center helps you do just that. We provide expert service, classy eyewear, and cutting-edge technology, all with a quality customer experience. See better, feel better, and look better. Meet us today at clearvisiongrenada.com or call 444-0055, WhatsApp 409-0055, or follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Clear Vision Eye Center. Let's see life and the world with a clear vision.
Tonight's GBN eyesore submission was sent by a concerned citizen who takes serious offense to people using public places and landmarks as their bathroom. This photo shows two individuals on separate occasions urinating on the Christ of the Deep statue on the Carronage in St. George's. Our ISO reporter said, in the 5 minutes it has taken to draw this to our attention, two separate individuals used the public toilet. Yet, facilities exist on the hard court nearby. Send us your photo and video submissions via WhatsApp on 405-3052 or our other social media platforms.
Still ahead, police seeking the public's assistance in locating a St. Andrew resident. This is News at 7.
Get vaxxed, hey, hey, vaccinated. Get vaxxed, hey, hey, get vaccinated. Vaccinated. So wear your mask, wash your hands, and practice social distance. This is we chance to advance. Come let we fight this COVID at once. So come on, let we fall in line. We want to come back to with social life. There is vaccination island wide. So come on, let we fight it to protect we and we family.
This is a message from the Grenada Red Cross and the Ministry of Health.
coconut, rum lemon, passion fruit, sorrel, even the exotic spicy rum.
Ah, the flavored rums of Grenada Distillers Limited.
Class codes?
Yes, girl. They are all produced by the Grenada Distillers Limited in Woodlands. You know, all their rums are world-class and internationally acclaimed, winners of numerous gold medals.
I'll have the spicy rum.
Grenada's #1 rum. We drink it on sport. Add a little flavor to your life.
Customer services, bill payment, revenue collections. We are open. NOASA's Lucas Street headquarters.
Come, we are excited to serve you.
NOASA, committed to meeting customers' needs.
Introducing Color by Seasons. 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 Color by Seasons.
Welcome back. The Grenada Employment Federation officially launched its webpage on Tuesday morning to the public. The launch took place at the organization's office in the south of the island. The site will be used to help members of the organization adapt and respond in an ever-changing environment, as well as to inform and educate employees. Devon Latouche, president of the Grenada Employment Federation, says the website aims to promote the GEF products and services.
The GEF, though a non-profit organization, in keeping with its mission statement to promote and protect the interest of employers as it affects industrial relations, must, however, possess a level of agility that will enable it to be adaptive and responsive to an ever-changing business environment, in order to remain relevant in service to its diverse and similarly agile membership.
Latouche explains that the initiative has been in the pipeline for some time as the organization evolves.
I implore you to take full advantage of this new acquisition, optimizing the value it has to offer, as the GF continues to enhance its networking capacity through improved communication, information sharing, engagement with all major actors in the labor market. This platform will be used for, among others, the promotion of our products and services, interaction, engagement of members, as a repository for relevant industrial relations information to enhance customer service and expand target markets.
Police are seeking the assistance of the general public in locating Tyrone Kieron Jonathan Alexander alias Boisel, 21 years, of Seamoon St. Andrew. Tyrone is wanted by the police of the Criminal Investigations Department, Grenville Police Station, for questioning in connection with a report of housebreaking and stealing. He is 5 feet 2 inches tall, black in complexion, and a slim build. Anyone seeing Tyrone Kieron Jonathan Alexander or has any information in relation to his whereabouts is asked to contact the Criminal Investigations Department, Grenville Police Station, at 442-6563, Grenville Police Station at 442-7224, Police Emergency at 911, Police Hotline at 444-1958, or the nearest police station. Stay with us. Sports is up next.
Calling all shareholders of the Communal Cooperative Credit Union Limited. It is your time again. You are invited to the 39th Annual General Meeting to be held on Wednesday, July 14th, 2021. Come be a part of the business of your credit union, learn of the 2020 performance, and participate in the discussions for the future of your institution. Register early for attendance at the Grenada Trade Center Annex or by virtual participation via the Zoom meeting platform. Look out for your e-report coming soon via email or WhatsApp. Starting time, 3 p.m. sharp. This year's theme is focused on rethinking and redefining our business. It is your credit union, my credit union, and our business. For further information, please contact us at 440-1755 or 405-6670.
Trends come and go, but jewelry is forever in style. Give a gift that lasts a lifetime. Diamond Intercontinental have diamond jewelry, gold and silver jewelries, engagement rings, wedding bands, chains, bracelets, and so much more. They also carry brands such as Anne Klein and Guess. Why wait? Visit Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store at the Esplanade Mall. Call 440-231234. The number again, 232-1234.
Montreal, it's time to line virtually one more time. Gemma Rayburn Baines here for Spice Island Cultural Festival, a celebration of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. This summer's festival is a celebration of life with food, fashion, music, and culture. Join us online Saturday, July 10th, 3 p.m. on Facebook and YouTube at Spice Island Cultural Festival. Info, spiceislandculturalday.com.
Bailey's Funeral Home, we understand the pain and grief you experience when you suffer the loss of a loved one. For years, we have helped thousands of families get through that difficult time by providing professional funeral services to meet their unique needs. Whether your choice is cremation or burial, call us or come into our new facility on the Carenage and meet with our arrangers in a spacious and comfortable environment. Choose from a wide variety of quality coffins and caskets at prices from as low as $1,900. At Bailey's Funeral Home, we believe that no one should feel overwhelmed or anxious about funeral expenses. So when it's time to plan a funeral, join a burial society, or make pre-arrangements when service and costs matter, call Bailey's Funeral Home at 440-2558 or visit us at baileysfuneralhome.org. Bailey's Funeral Home, still providing the perfect tribute any family can afford.
Keeping an eye on the weather, this is GBN. We've got you covered.
This is the weather for tonight and the next 3 days. Tonight's minimum temperature 25 degrees Celsius. The weather will be mainly fair and windy, becoming partly cloudy at times with a medium chance of light to moderate isolated showers. Winds east-northeasterly to easterly at 5 to 25 miles per hour, gusting higher at times. Seas moderate, waves up to 7 feet in open water. Tides low at 8 p.m., high at 3 a.m. On Friday, the weather will be partly cloudy, hazy and windy with light isolated showers, becoming fair at times. Sunrise 5:49 a.m., sunset 6:37 p.m. On Saturday, the weather will be partly cloudy to occasionally cloudy and windy with light to moderate showers, increasing in cloudiness and showers by overnight with a low chance of thunder. On Sunday, the weather will be partly cloudy to cloudy, hazy and windy with light to moderate showers, which may become heavy at times with a medium chance of thunder, improving during the evening. Warning, medium chance of flooding and landslides in vulnerable areas. Good evening, sporting fans. Organizers of the Tokyo Olympics agreed on Thursday to ban fans from the events under a COVID-19 state of emergency. The widely expected move, which means the games will happen mostly behind closed doors, was made following talks between the government, Tokyo organizers, and Olympic and Paralympic representatives. Japan's Prime Minister Yoshihide Suga said it was essential to prevent Tokyo, where the highly infectious Delta COVID-19 variant was spreading, from becoming the source of another wave of infections. We get more in this Al Jazeera report.
So there'll be no spectators at Olympic events in Tokyo. The organizing committee made the decision after Japan declared a state of emergency in the capital as coronavirus cases there surge. The policy for venues outside Tokyo will be decided on a case-by-case basis. Medical experts have criticized plans to go ahead with the games. The government and organizers say they're doing everything they can to ensure safe Olympic and Paralympic games.
Without the pandemic, the Olympic Games would be an amazing opportunity to unite people. But unfortunately, the pandemic could not allow us to hold events with full spectators. We are very sorry for the locals living near the Olympic venues.
What impact is it going to have, though, on athletes and their performances?
Yeah, Folly, quite right. It was expected. I think we all saw this coming. What impact is it going to have? Well, I think from an athlete's point of view, consider that they train not just for 4 years between Olympics, but many of them, they've been training for their whole lives for this moment. And you would want to think that winning a medal, whether it be gold, silver or bronze, it's the kind of thing that you enjoy in front of a crowd, especially in athletics and swimming, some of the other sports as well, but especially those two. Those are the two flagship events at the Olympic Games. 80,000 people, or in the swimming arena, maybe 15,000 people cheering your name perhaps, and that is gone. That will not be at Tokyo 2020.
I imagine it's going to be costly for Japan.
Well, it's going to hit them. It's not going to hit the International Olympic Committee because the IOC already has its money from broadcasting and sponsorships. Between the two of them, you're looking at around $15 to $18 billion. However, the ticket sales, that is where the Japanese organizing committee loses its money. You're looking at anything up to around $800 to $900 million. And that, unfortunately, is going to have to be paid by the Japanese taxpayer.
Now, earlier, I spoke to Dan Orlowitz, who's a sports writer with the Japan Times. He says the announcement is hugely disappointing for Olympic fans and for Japan as a whole.
This was supposed to be our shining moment. This was supposed to be a huge moment for Tokyo, for Japan. So much effort has gone into preparing the capital to host these games, the infrastructure, the emphasis on improving service for inbound tourists. Everything that has changed in the city over the last decade has been in anticipation of these Olympics, and now it's going to be a lot of empty stadiums.
With the safe return of football just over 2 months ago, the St. Andrews Football League is picking up steam following a successful start of matches on Tuesday. Wednesday saw another 2 matches being played at the 2 selected venues with a win for Telescope SC. The 4:30 matchup at Progress Park ended in a 2-1 victory for Telescope SC over opponents Pearl's first touch. Hassel Haley scored in the 13th minute and Kel Charles in the 17th to put Telescope in front before Sheldon Douglas reduced the deficit in the 45th minute. Over at Victoria Park, it was another drawn match at the venue. Following the 2-all draw between Santos FC and Harford Village Revivers on Tuesday, Trenchtown FC and Halifax FC garnered the same result on Wednesday. Arnold Brooms and Stefan Abraham put Trenchtown in front early. However, Travis Reddy in the 56th minute and Chesa Klein in the 90th brought balance to the game. West Indies women captain Stephanie Taylor scored an unbeaten century and took 3 wickets to guide the West Indies to a 5-wicket win over Pakistan women and take a 1-0 lead in their CG Insurance ODI series at the College Cricket Ground in Antigua. Taylor, the player of the match, scored 105 from 116 balls and hit 11 fours and 2 sixes as the West Indies women cruised to 209 for 5, from 47.5 overs, chasing Pakistan women's 205 for 9. It was Taylor's 6th ODI century, and she celebrated by signaling towards her teammates in the dressing room and raising her hands towards the heavens. Taylor added a significant 6th wicket partnership of 42 with Brittany Cooper to see the team home. 2 Grenadian athletes have been chosen to participate in the North America, Central America and Caribbean Under 18, Under 20 and Under 23 Athletics Championships scheduled for July 9th to 11th in Costa Rica. Nazio John and Haley Hazard, both based in the United States, are scheduled to participate in the 100 and 200 meters male and female. They are being led by team manager and coach Michelle Freeman and coach Fernando John. That's it for sports. Our One Caribbean Hookup is up next. This is your One Caribbean Hookup. Of the 4 Guyanese children reported last week by Minister of Health, Dr. Frank Anthony, to have been in the COVID-19 intensive care unit, 3 have been discharged and are now recovering from the disease. Tamika Rodney has this report.
Mere days after announcing that 4 children were admitted to the COVID-19 intensive care unit at the Lillian Doll Hospital, Minister of Health Dr. Frank Anthony on Tuesday reported that 3 of those children have had favorable prognoses and have been discharged from the ICU to the medical ward. He noted that overall there has been a slight decline in the number of persons who are hospitalized owing to COVID-19. At the moment, 13 adults and 1 child are said to be receiving critical care in the COVID-19 intensive care unit. On Friday last, Dr. Anthony confirmed that 1,567 children had contracted COVID-19 since the first case was identified locally on March 11, 2020. He did not disclose how many children are currently infected with the disease, but stated that majority of those who were infected belong to the 10 to 14 age group. In a statement on Sunday, health authorities indicated that among the total detected COVID-19 cases thus far, children represent approximately 7%. The increase in hospitalization of children with COVID-19 was described as worrying. It was further indicated that each of the children who were admitted to the COVID-19 intensive care unit had underlying comorbidities. None of the vaccines imported into Guyana for its immunization drive has been approved for children. Meanwhile, relative to COVID-19 vaccination, Dr. Anthony said that several other health centers in the capital city will be transformed to vaccination sites.
Meanwhile, authorities in Haiti say they have arrested 2 people in connection with the assassination of President Jovenel Moise. 4 other suspects were killed in a gunfight with security forces. Moise was killed at his home early on Wednesday. His wife was injured and has been taken to the U.S. for treatment. Al Jazeera's Rosalind Jordan reports from the U.S. capital, Washington, D.C.
The family of Haitian President Jovenel Moise will not be able to hold an open casket funeral. Assassins shot him several times in the head in front of his wife and daughter early on Wednesday. Later that night, police arrested these 2 men in the Pétionville neighborhood of Port-au-Prince. They killed 4 other suspects. 3 officers were briefly held hostage during the raid. Moise's killing upset local residents.
Imagine we live in this area close to the president. Even when we have problems with the president, we can't imagine they will kill him like this.
I heard something go boom, like an earthquake. I thought something under the soil had been turning.
The interim prime minister urged Haitians to remain calm.
I
have already spoken about the state of the siege declared. The president's body has already been transported into the morgue in the capital. The first lady is out of danger and is being treated in Florida. As per the latest information, her state is stable.
Moises' death came as he was in the middle of a political crisis. Parliament had been suspended for the past 2 years, and opponents accused Moise of trying to undermine the Constitution. The U.S. backed Moises' decision to stay in power for 1 more year, just so long as elections took place on time.
We need a lot more information, but it's very worrisome about the state.
Even as the investigation begins, interim Prime Minister Claude Joseph and the man Moise had picked to succeed him are fighting over who's in charge. Moise's widow, Martine, was flown to the U.S. to recover from her injuries. But Haiti's border with the Dominican Republic is now closed. Authorities have shut down the airport until further notice, raising questions about how Haiti will recover from this attack on the body politic. Rosalind Jordan, Al Jazeera, Washington.
Internationally, several countries in Asia have reported record numbers of COVID-19 infection in recent days. The region appears to be in a 4th wave of the pandemic. It is believed that the highly transmissible Delta variant is responsible and is straining medical resources across the region to their limits. Al Jazeera's Tony Cheng reports from Bangkok, Thailand.
Deserted streets in the city of Raili after Chinese authorities imposed a lockdown. The city on the border with Myanmar has seen a sudden rise in cases in recent days. Mass testing is now underway to try and halt the spread, which is thought to originate across the border. Inside Myanmar itself, the COVID situation is deteriorating quickly. But instability following the military coup has meant testing and treatment have almost ground to a halt. Medics have been targeted by the military because of their role in the civil disobedience movement, and many have been forced into hiding.
The public call the doctors as heroes due to our actions in the COVID pandemic last year. But we have become criminals overnight by the military.
In Indonesia, greater transparency, but that has only revealed tens of thousands of daily infections. Oxygen supplies have run so low that many hospitals have had to suspend admissions. Some patients now relying on private suppliers to fill much-needed canisters for home care.
We need oxygen because one of our family members is experiencing breathing difficulties and we are running out of it. That's why I have to queue. We need it badly.
Even in South Korea, a country noted for its effective response to COVID-19, infections are reaching record levels.
The government will uphold the existing social distancing rules for another week and do our best to stop the spread by taking extra disinfection measures.
New supplies of vaccine arriving in the capital Seoul, sent from Israel. Across Asia, there's a rush to secure and distribute vaccines as quickly as possible. But with supplies limited, it feels like a race against time as COVID-19's Delta variant swamps Asia in a 4th wave. Tony Cheng, Al Jazeera, Bangkok.
That's it for your One Caribbean Hookup. I'm Trellona Charles. Thank you for joining us. And now to recap tonight's headlines. 21-year-old dead after a scooter and a construction truck collide. Government proceeds with legislation to cancel August Carnival Monday and the Tuesday holidays. Opposition leaders' support for cancellation of Carnival celebrations bill insufficient to shield him from rebuke after expressing his concerns. In our One Caribbean hookup, 4 suspects killed and 2 detained following the death of Haitian President Jovenel Moïse on Wednesday, and fears of 4th COVID wave as infections soar in many Asian countries. And in sports, Tokyo Olympics 2020 to be held without spectators. If you missed any part of this newscast, a repeat of it will be broadcast at 10 o'clock tonight. Continue to follow us online at www.gbn.gd or on GBN Television Facebook page and YouTube channel for these and other top stories. I'm Trellona Charles. That's the news. We'll see you again. Good night.